ꯐꯣꯡꯗꯣꯛꯆꯕꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯏꯀꯥꯏ ꯈꯨꯝꯅꯕ ꯎꯠꯆꯔꯤ ꯆꯦ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯆꯦ ꯏꯟꯇꯔꯦꯛꯁꯟ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯒ꯭ꯔꯥꯝꯁꯦ ꯍꯧꯗ꯭ꯔꯤꯉꯩꯒꯤ ꯃꯃꯥꯡꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯇꯤꯝꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯝꯗ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯒꯦ ꯆꯦ Baseline teamse akhoi 22 members sing punsinjaraga akhoi junior sing da club from class 9 to 12 gi students sing se moida kitang mateng pangbo oina haidi competition sing sillaga akhoi je hona jabani che ado akhoi moi je from June dagi horaga June dana essay competition pangthok jagre aduga July dana quiz competition amadi painting competition pangthoe aduga handa August ki dana essay competition amok pangthokpani che adu pandemic sina mar moraga moi se adum yumda leishanbada khara boring chubadu khara phagadra natraga moi like adum interest lainaba gi oina mateng pangboina khoina team sina smaina competition je sinjabani che
Yeah, that's very good. I read about it, and I want to start by congratulating your team for such a great initiative, and particularly all of you aidi noi ki thabak lei badu gi mathak to the CC volunteer tawraga tawbanina we need more people like you to come out, right? So I first of all I want to start the program by giving my thakachari to each and every member, because class 9 to 12 is a very impactful age, right? So whatever you absorb during that time is going to help any individual. So well done, kudos to all of you, and I'm really happy to be meeting everybody today. I have met Limba before, but yes, I mean all the 22 members, I hope you listen to this conversation, and each one of you congratulations for being a part of Baseline team.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, che. Then makha tar khujiji che gi maramda akhoi che na magazine da hapnaba content share tawbirakpadagi akhoi che gi kharadi magazine da di hape adu natabda che gi tindagi che gi sep introduction macha amda tawbiyo che interaction sigi aya kaino khudong chaba lawjaraga.
Yeah, sure. So right now I am in Maryland, in a beautiful place called Maryland in the east coast of United States. Ado aina horak padadi ay Manipur gi Kwakatel Thiam Lekai the Pokchabani akoy gi baba ga ima ga from a very humble family. Akoy baba ga ima anima ko jani aduga akoy chinanaw Mari gi manunda aina ahum suba oiba. Aduga little flower tama aduga little flower tama matunda aina chawrakpa matamda di Manipur si yamna conflicted oi. But still, we have like other things to deal with. But at that time, conflict was more on, lack of freedom. Adagi Iran labor, mapanthokpada kinaba matan bong blast over the combing operation. Adagi matam the charakpanina. Even now, I think the trend is there. Angang sing se mapan the thado agadi moi se larik tamaga larik tuna magi hinaba lambi amada chatpangam gani habagi thazaba da yambana mama passing se pesa leiba leitaba leinaba pesa du pugani khangde lamyon bani khangde sana bandhan tham bani khangde admaina tawra ko macha sing se thabagi face ni adugi conflict area sida aduda at a very young age I left Manipur. Class 10 high say aina matam da di aina Manipur dagi tholakpa kanda yamna chawre kaina khangi ko. But now when I look back aduga igi on igi chaleira kan da later ga moigi pibam se uba kanda class 10 is very young, aduga matam da akoina chalak si Imphal dagi Guwahati bho bus na chalaga bus dagi amuk train na limit humni dagi delay ga tawraga namin mangani ga changba yaweba Bombay ta tame I said junior college class 11 ga 12 kasi duga Bombay ta maina tamaga engineering muk tawre Bangalore da chahimari duga Bangalore ki engineering tauraga dum my campus interview the khallaga I say with pro dana aham baigi career career gi line changakpa aduga ain engineering taubasi electronics that the khanbani but I changed to computer science aduga mathang admaina thabak tawrakanda hujik ai US adum thabak tawraga lai that is my livelihood aduga for my passion and for something which I believe in I do finding the voices to contribute a little bit for Manipur, and also it's a very fun thing for me to connect to the people of my birthplace. Yumda I say at least once a year lakjabani. Aduga handak si takpangamdre COVID problems but as soon as it opens up and we are comfortable I
yeah, we will plan for a meeting.
yes definitely.
Jena finding the boys ki Jena founder or Jena si finding the boys sees society the people impact aim and objective marik chumna kitanga haidi kitang di panbigre khara hena elaborate oina kitang panbiyo
Finding the voice is a culmination of many things. Masi ainan no mahukalaga I be finding the voice again at the a lot of things, right? Ada koina conflict chawrak bahai se. Even now, right, the remnants of conflict is there. Maybe akoina aigi matam dana amna koi se akiba fear se it was there for me and for many people. But adong ki ba hebedi akoi se akoi gi conflict ki makada chawrak panina mingon da wangang basuki re natra even young teenager mapanda thopakanda police samana natraga army mana check topakanda yamna kiba the coming operation gumba tawbada ki kiba nomai kapa the conflict bomb gumba gi the protest mayam tawbada chatpa adugumba gi akiba the thakat pase adugumba suyam dai greko even now the hierarchy conflict the chawrakiba mayam se moigi mental problem yamna uiko and I am sure like if I ask all of you how many of you know somebody very close to you who have mental issues in Manipur?
I don't
somebody yeah. Somebody, and that is because akoy ki conflicts in akoy mind se am impact outra aduna angang ama chawrakpa kanda su angang ama si chawrakpa kanda ahan laman ngang batasu they are doing it in their best intent but when you come out in the world that may not be the best thing I dinoy ngang gano nangi express taw gano ay nangang basitaw ay na ayamba matanda akoy ki society sa hydra right. So then, but when you are coming it at the world level, people want you to be speaking your mind, right? Nang career those are skill sets you need, right? So finding the voices came with a lot of things that when I came out of my hometown, class 10 gi matunda I say Sophia College tame tamakpakanda it was so different, right? Classroom the hierarchy, small example, noigi audience, young people, so let me give some example of my growing up. Akoy na classroom the ozana wa hangbakanda amba matamda akoy ki teaching style haigatrak or Manipur da aina chawakpakanda. It is the download from the teacher, right? Iti ozaduna sa do hairamani adagi nang hangbagi kana so opportunity so kaya lairoi aduga encouragement so kaya di tawroi adu khara budi tawrasu you don't have that much of opportunity natra aduna khoi che khanga su khangi hai bagi khut thangkala kan da hang bagi keno se khoi de confidence yam le rakte ba ngangwe nge da aduga mapan da thola kan da mayam se question hanga kan si da aina khang ba se khangi hai na confidence so later ne na khut thangka tretana aduga moi thangkali ba mi myam na khumok pa di hoi achumba su yawe this aran ba su yawe ba but you have to admire that confidence in a child right 11th standard to the mana uzamana question hang bakan da mana khum bada mana khan badu phongtok pangam base nang na hai ba hai ta badudi you can always learn right aduna masi urak pakan da aina and I took a lot of coaxing from my teachers who nurtured me in in my personality. Aduna finding the voice tawrakpakan that also played a role. But mainly when I started, noina hujuzik tawrise angang sing class 9 to 12 the guidance tawris maina khala kanda aina mapanda chatlaga back to Manipur lakpakanda akoigi imaga babagana akoigi yumda hostel girls hostel amma tawrame girls hostel sita upakanda so beautiful people I met from all over Manipur with different ethnic group yam leitana different ethnic group they get different background aduga moi myam sinang on hang ba che kai tamba khut pasi kari na kana kani adagi kari tamni kan hairaga ai sana computer science engineering gi guidance ti pi banga maga atai di pi ba da ai gi feel na tabani na ngam khitaba
ise adugi question no mang ne hanaki kano da counseling me am chaki koi counseling to gi ko
yes
to gi da adugi question no ne na man loi lai jangang sing de
yeah because and it is true right class 9 to class 12 sida thingna bami ubami dugi inspiration do lairagadi then you have a lot of choices right aduna expose to dradi khangoi doine ba aduna for example when I was small I ahambada oja oiningami because I saw my parents right and then when I studied in Little Flower School I used to mingle with a lot of the nuns. Then I wanted to become a nun. Right? I used to wear that okay sister hoina uppa kokta uppa kenodo aduga do sele baise. And then so what I'm trying to say is when you are exposed to people to different things what people do then you will be inspired to do different things and you have different choice right nang na khang even food the sunang na cha ba se different try to dragati nang adu pam gani pam we se khang de dana aduna it is very important for us and for everybody to be conscious that during this age whatever you're exposed to is going to shape right aduna matam sida ai se akoigi aina yamna nungsina tamo buddha kauba tamo buddha contract pam masu kwa kathel dagini aigi koi tamo mama se matam de tama se lare yam haiba IIT ga khallaga ma se thola kan daga sanga sanga ga ma se sports daga yam taraga so the way he spoke like it was so different and he allowed me to answer any question what he asked, he would give me that comfort level to be free to express on ba. Tuga mangon da ina matam du the mat tam mana yum the lady so I got really inspired to be an engineer, right? So that's how I'm just sharing that it is very important at that age, right? Like you said, many kids, they would come and say, what is good, right? But many people may also think that the only doctor and engineer were the option because that is only what they consider to be a sustaining career. su pamnaba career oijibado aigi wakanda aina mayam mapanda thoglakanta a lot of people are doing very good in any field which you are aligned to, right? Aduga doctor, engineer, the oiningdaba kaygumba say music industry gumba the changninga kanda mama pasina the music daga the changhaningdaba thabak phangoidra dai pisa phangoidra kaina khanba laidana. So when I am getting people in my show who have broken all that, but they are doing and following their passion, it gives inspiration, right, and motivation to the people that yes, I can do it. Even parents community, the sumoina doctor engineer katang khalli se moi khangdabagine ba. Moina sumi amans mind tawraga uraga dema atusu tawine haraga aina adugi department da khangra sumi atai lairi aduga akhoi own Manipur gi mi dagi chatpada uraga di aduna hena inspiring oitana adunida. So that's how finding the voices will benefit the people and impact. And finding the voice interview dagi amok akoina we started growing, right? So it's been a long time. 2012 that we launched Taukibani. So you can imagine like during this phase, a lot of things we are doing. But right now my personal project, my best project, which I am working on is the literature project and also personality development project, which I find that a lot of us underestimate the power in us, right? Underestimate the best potential the perform high achiever workshop nang nasasi high achiever ni high bese siki belief aligned at the same time learn a lot of tools, confidence, all are tools. Everything in life you can learn, right? When your mind is open. Aduna adugi tawrakanda in a small way. I try to impact anybody I touch, be it the listener of my show, be it somebody in my workshop, be it someone whom I'm speaking, right? I'm speaking to all of you and you're listening to me because of finding the voices. So that's how I make
I appreciate
adu chena hoje literature da hoje tawe habda adudo aina ju chegi social media da chena thagat pa ure buka recitation ga tawa cycling ga chalaga adu che je ITO ina engineering chatlu banidana adu poto kitang literature ga adai engineering ga kitang different pi laidana subject ta yenga ade adu chena kamaina hana dagi cheda sigi recitation gumba tawning bagi na tajida ana literature oiba post cheda hana yaurak pra na traga kamaina taw kidno sije kamaina ni jeda so
great question. You guys are asking very good question. Literature se akoi imase aigi imasi literature gi ojan aduna yam pi ngai da noi ti yam na ha angang oiri means aigi mita. So I don't know how many of you when you grew up studied in Latin the tarik parak pakana yawi.
Oh yeah.
Yawi ko. So ako'y aigi matamda di ako'y sa Latin the larik para eba aduka dukka tharakan the Latin gi kena tengali kapado aduk kena singtok pa sa aigi ithone adagi aduna imana ako'y sa nung danda pamung da mana larik se pabi. Because so I grew up with the art of storytelling from my mother, and her way of telling story, any akwegi literature gi keno se nungai bese storytelling se tawraga mangon the tamjanengai ama yarakania ba adagi tamjanengai da natana even like romance, right? When you read you will learn like different ways nang na yung manak to the akoina urisi. Like for me books played a very important role. I told you about like aina chawrakpakanda khara yamna angang oiringai tadi I had a very nice carefree childhood. Aduga khara chawrakanda di matam phattabagini haraga yumda pura lockdown gi mawong ne ba noina hujik covid ki lockdown tawrise sigi type da dum maina chawre aduga matam sida aigi only source of outlets a book oi ki ba right aduna Manipur sida for example aina akhoi gi laikai gi da nupana ga mai nupi se phuba da yam thina phuba kaw ba da nupi se aigi mitsida mayang se am kang aina ugi ba da aduga smaina ga pai ki ba and then I saw husband abusing wife in front of people sexually and those are scenes which will never go away from my mind aduna aina book se parakanda I saw a different world somewhere out I don't even know where but not in India but in one corner of the world how women are so empowered how they can become something what they want and many character hai tareko adugumbagi lyrics pa ki badai am influence tauki aduga so that was more of my personal learning and I never used to read books written by authors of Manipur because at that time first of all there was no books I didn't have any access to books right at the mind tarakanda ayambana ina out of Manipur gi nataba matamduda aina Karaping the Nancy Drew series, Hardy Boys, Akoigi own group Kaleram. I don't know if you guys have read Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys, and things like that. To minor literature ki background delay, and then I also like writing, writing as in reflective writing, journaling, writing stories. Mostly my inspiration is on reality. If I write a story, it is fictionized, but it is based on something which has touched me. So that background is there. But for Finding the Voices, the reason why we added literature is mainly for my mother. Akoy Masi, she has been reading a lot of books for me. And then way back in 2016, we went through a very, grieving time. And then I was actually very afraid of my mother, of losing my mother also at that time. Mana Sondharakpa Magi. Matwai nungai tabo mayam do urakanda aise angonda kubabasu legitre harakamase ma sontha kradi kain angonda yamna pakhat kiba matam ma yauki masidesa aina isada hange what does my mother like right and so these are techniques what I use for my personality development classes these are techniques what I use for myself right so when you are down what do you have to pull yourself up and how do you pull yourself up by identifying and going towards things which you like right aduna akoy ma se aina matam sida US ta pora quite a pilgrimage chatpa doyakanda and then I started thinking, and suddenly this idea about literature came, right? And a lot of all our phone calls and everything, man, and worry libi kiba. Adui matam do I say like suke suyam like the wait about here egi place that the egi kambat to be a chawuma delay. So we started, I requested her that, can you read it for me? And I also always wanted to listen to the original Kambathoibi story. And I recorded it for people like me who is not very fluent in reading Meitei script. But we want to hear, right? We want to connect to our root. Some of the scenes she couldn't read. So that is the power of literature. Maybe hizamangang halna irami sidi kuiradra kuiraga sumana irambasi huzik apaba mana magi adugi intent magi energy to adu power kanda kapan bangameba
literature haisidabu thamoida pandragadi thainagi akoigi horokfam haitarene horokfam akoigi lejarga history do ado sada panba matamda sada history do khangjagadawni samsamna ayawda.
Yes, and then amana adagi akoi masina akoi gi mana literature se amna numsijaba yamna pamjaba oibenina akoi Manipur da hana Bengali script oirameko adagi huzik maitai mayek script oire aduna and there is that fear and it is a right fear akoi mayam na Manipuri literature haisida ibiramba mayam se pot se archive to guma chandra akoigi mapanda tamgiba mi mayam na maitelon se paba sum thokta basu leire natra ngangbaga tabaga dikhangba aduga anauba huziki angang singna maitai me khangani Bengali script iba dikhangaro adoi Bengali script ikiba pot singse maitai me da akoina toina mak translate dragati manganeba Bengali script iba paba haiba singse Sidi moidi ahanoira banina moigi generations chatkragani. So there is that fear, right? There are a lot of books, and I'm so amazed, and I feel really bad. When I grew up, huzuzik aina khaline, aina huzuzik writer me am moigi work saying pakanda. There were books, right? Written way ahead. Adugi lyrics sing to matam du phangi deva. So right now what I'm trying to do is we started with my mom. My mom is focusing in Koimana Maitailon, the Eva literature. She focused auraga ainamuk translated versions. So there's the focus auraga in a fun way. I'm learning and we are sharing it with the people. And so what you have seen cycling it that I do. It is a fun challenge for myself, but it has been good, right? Manipuri author na iba saying singse English to translate the one. Natragana Manipuri author sings in English to work like this is yam lady ba saying dangataba books, and we don't talk about it. There are people who talk about it, but the more and more we talk about it, we will promote it and people will come to know, and that's how we share. So that's that's one of the latest edition for literature. Aduna literature gi kana bahiraga di insagi haibadu life the everything is story no mayam YouTube yeng ayam matamda ai gi high achiever class ta la chiche ai kai tawgadabno ai khangni do ai matam se Facebook by baga YouTube ka dagi smayang bata toy chatle hai. Why do people like that? Because it's the storytelling, right? Sinmayam yengdra smayang see most of it is based on reality, right? Adugi reality the tauba the documentary taropakanda akoina sigumbagi form of yengning is storytelling neba. But most of the hit movie you see, it'll be based from a book. So try reading a book and watching the movie. There will be that different essence. Ani magtugi charm the different orakaneba. So I think it is that additional perspective you get in a fun way. So I would definitely encourage everybody to read books. Write your feelings, your thoughts, because literature is not optional. And then I think you mentioned about science, right? But if you see many of the people who are writers, famous writers in literature, they are from science stream. Koi Manipur gida Hairo Dr. Jodha Chandra Sanasam Maming Tabirabra. He was a doctor, right? And you saw how many lyrics he had written, poems, novel, Magid Thaja Chanu novel, si last mana pung biramaga mase adu matum lay kitaban. And we are building a library of Manipur, and we are going to launch it soon, and I'll invite all of you. See the audio books and you have to listen to it. Mana Iramisi, very modern, very different way of writing than other books I have read about Manipur. But he was not a literature guy right in the beginning. He professionally he was a doctor. The Giti Koigita Dr. Lamabam Kamal, one of the founding male writer, Master Dr. Neko. And then in some of the seminar I have gone in Manipur, I'm talking in the context of Manipur, but there could be a lot of different examples globally, that science stream the changa literature mari in fact it's that very creative work, right? Science creativity is what I think which brings
for everyone.
yeah. Yeah, and read it, romantic poem, books, wari nungsiba, human connection, like it makes you live somebody's life without living it, right? Moina the taugiba, khotkiba, singi experience nyamda.
The ma'am makata kwasida ma'am mo aina hangjaningi ja akoigi ma'am gi profession oina de IT ko ad engineering this minor lakpasida akoigi hoje maroina akoina sinjariba angang ji class 9 to 12 phone dana ado moigi career je ma'am gi line ji chatning bo oitardi ma'am na hadi ma'am je akoigi India manung du store adagi di mo international level da tawrabane bo work se ado sibugi international level bo ta yorna bo na bada noina sigi line se pam tardi kari kari ma'am gi line de sigi matang da mo suggestion kai no ismaina chatlu or si ismaina hono habado adu su kitang thambiramo ma'am.
So first thing, I want everybody to know that you are capable of doing anything you want.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah, you are capable. Do not underestimate yourself. First, you have to believe in yourself that you can do, because everything, when you go with the mindset that I can do it, I can learn it. If I don't know it, I will learn it, right? Adugi mindset to the chalagadi nang napamba any field and successful oiganeba. So I'll give you some example in my life, right? The belief in yourself, that's one thing. Second thing is, it's not only the belief, right? You have to take action. Natra, aina wakanda si pami na khalaga adugi panthungbam du the yauna na bagi action lokhatragadi Yamapam de Intra. For example, I'm in Kwakatel and I want to go for a walk to Oinam. I walk in the Kalaga Ainatu Kong Tang Tang Doctor, the Adipantum the Yoro doing. So I think like we don't have to be so in life, you just follow through some basic principle, right? Believing in yourself, continuing to take action and be consistent, right? I think you're consistent in your action towards your goal. Natra. Aduna aigi line the class 10 pau ai Manipur tamaga mapandai tamakani khangi. Because that was like how we were brought up, right? Class 10 gi matung da noi chalo lari tamuro noi ki phangba thabak phango koi kesu pesa tiraga thabak su tau de aduga adugi culture to the changning de to noi ki to mai tau khai ba expectations that koi say that's how we set out our foot, right? aduna aigi mind sida dum aina larik tambata natteba aina when I went out from Manipur at a very young age, class 10 passed out lorakanda thopase larik tamba khatang khandeba matam sida larik se tamakanda ai se thabak phangga ai se self sufficient oi bani ama oi baduneba adumaina goal se already the goal has been set, right? Aduna akoina masigi goal se deter tawdaba, right? For example, akoina aina satri oiringai kanda, obviously all of you are young, right? You will want to do things. Idinoi koi bachaninga kani, dagi namana biga chatpa, dagi interact tawninga kani natra. But you have to know how to balance yourself. For example, I sin mayam yenge. Sin mayam yenge ko. Matamduda aina sin mayang basi engineering tawringai dana heni yenge. Aduga matamduda koi se Bollywood ki movie dana heni yenge. And whichever movie was released on Friday, I would be the first one to go. You know, so everybody would ask me, oh, how is the movie? Is it worth, watching? Amaina hangneba. But after I did what I have to do for fun, I schedule like I account every minute, every hour of my time. Even now, everybody is blessed with 24 hours. Natra. Like I used to 24 hour, Nang is to 24 hour, everybody. But how does somebody, perform better, or how does somebody put more time in what they want to do? That is how you learn your time management, right? So when I am studying, it doesn't matter, who is knocking my door, but I stick to my schedule. So those are some of the things which I had used it, which was very, which worked out for me, and which I have suggested to some of my friends who came. Larik si pa ba si mayam sinakan ba sa iyang ba matamda ako'y na satri oy da larik taw hayragal larik katang pa rakanda ako'y ginunungay ba ako'y na pamja ba pot ama taw ba da matamang ba ni nakan ba si ay experience da dim si lalo ni kaleko. Because when you do something you like, right? Kenoma apamba mataw ba matamduda ay se aigi engineering phase kida aigi nungay ba matam harade ay se movie yeng basim aduga movie yeng aga kenoma chaba adune ba aigi matamduda aduga right now for me what do I like painting, and I like reading poems and bicycling. Right? So those are some things which I like, and I try to maintain it. And things what you like will keep changing, right? At every phase. You will find that your focus on career or studies, you will be able to perform better. Try it actually. All of you try it. Let me ask all of you, like, what do you like to do? How much time are you spending right now?
Just we are just spending with some office works and some like about this baseline thing with some services about students' career. So I think this is my hobby for now.
Okay, so for me, right, when you do something which you like, think about two things. One is about your movement of your body. Active or bagi mato bahabiti walking natragana, running natragana, yoga, whatever, something to do with moving your body, right? Adu malaire. And then the other thing could be anything you want, right? Like baseline is something which you're passionate about,
Yep.
right? So it gives you that burst of energy. Every time for me, right, when I interview somebody, I love it. It's like so amazing to hear the person's story, you know, and it makes me, even if I have to get up early in the morning, it is worth it for me, right? Aduna nangna aigi di nangna pamjaba ama tawrakanda nangi main du pam de haiba nataba. It makes it more productive haibanida. So that is how I have always balanced it out. So to all the students, I am here to tell that, you know, reading a book, if you like reading novels or like going out somewhere, nang namana basinga chatpa khutpada, but you have to balance it. Kay ginoga mayam na khalisi ayam matamda nang larik katang pau larik katang parakanda. What if you don't know how to socially mingle with people? Putra ayamba akoigi situation that arikam hairaka socially mingle tawangam dragati, right? Because right now when I interview people, I may have a very smart person and I may have somebody who is good and willing to learn, right? Who has the capability to learn, but has a very good interpersonal skill too. What do you think a person would choose, right? Because right now, a lot of the work you do is teamwork. Social skill, collaborative skill, sigumbalay tragadi, interview tawakanda mina nang direct chang yadeba. So what is going to keep you, you know, stand out amongst everybody? Nangi, you being you, right? The say everybody is unique and special. So nobody is there to compete with your personality, right? So that's why I want to encourage all of you to be you, yourself, right? So for me, when I talk about where I come from, what I'm passionate about, why do I paint this? Why do I do fundraising, you know, for education, everything? I'm so different than my colleagues, but they like me because I'm me, right? And I want to emphasize on this because sometimes I have seen, and I have gone through it too. You know, akoigi roots se haiba kanda ikaiba. Akoigi angansing mayam tabiri bena kanbiyu. Akoi baba kesu kena tau tema auto-rickshaw thawe. Akoi baba kem tau tema farming thawe. What? Kem tau de bukaino. Because their father is driving the auto rickshaw, because their father and mother are doing farming, and larita medu aduna tamid natra. So you have to be proud of who you are. You have to be proud of where we come from. Akoi baba si oinamdagi hunkala kanda mas a self-made person ni aduga mana kwakatelda hunkala galaibani aduga mama chamari poe akoi maga plap tauraga akoi myam se mapam da you know, they invested everything what they had in raising us up with gender equality and gave us the gift of education. Right? So when I say, why is that story important? Aina akoy basi, oinamdagi, kwakatelda hunkalaga leibane. I say, why is that important? Tell me. In our culture, do you know how many people say that? Oh, lawai degi hunkalakpan. Right? But I am proud. I am proud to say that my father is a self-made person. My father studied under a lamppost. He believed in education, and because of him, I am where I am. Because of his story. right?
We have
Ado
to
ahamba di ako'y sa mapantholak kanda ako'y gihorakpam ako'y gi background sa ikaibaneba. But what I have learned from my experience, and now that I am empowered, I am able to speak my truth. I find that it is very important, right? Or when we wear our clothes, ako'y na function ko mama chitpakanda, ako'y gi dress se laga, you carry it with a smile and tell people what is it, right? And for the most part, aya mama tamda ako'y say, people will ask you with good intent. Oh, wow, that's so beautiful. Where are you from? Right? And adoga ako'y miyam sinamo, where are you from? Kind. In the other line, in Manipur, Khangda bro, adu this house and bagi mahut could be. Do you, like, I'm asking all of you, do you think that you know every nook and corner of India? India gi different place tanang na state level khangagasu state amagi dress to na khangbra. I'm asking you, right? All of you, no, we don't. So ako'y dasu ako'y say kara yamna kara reactive oibagi mi na ganom haira kandas ay say Manipur dagi adagi sakchu manada bagi usitrine kaina khanbagi attitude so later. So what I'm trying to say is you will feel it. Kananom na may na haira agadi nang na dum khangani ako'y energy sa dum rito bangamdra. Ina utsitana nga pasi so ako'y na feel daw bangamgani. Aduga miya mana taseng na khangda na hangag padudi. I think it is a great opportunity for us to make conversations, talk about it, right? So I think all those different things help me, as a student, and that grit, right? I think nasagimi na usitana harap kasi haire eba. Koigi aina student life, aigi growing up phase tasu. Ado hairak padu adu the man adu haire ein nungaited na like the buddhi man adu haire ido. This person doesn't know who I am. I am going to show it with my action haraganangi action do. Padu tum laukat pa. And be consistent nang lari pagadaba nang tawgadaba dun tawba dagi ako'y na hangbaki daba. That's another challenge which I think many people have. Ako'y na hangbasi stay kandini na hangdabado. Right? But you have to ask. If you don't ask, you would not know and you will not get it. Right? So the first thing you have to step out is ask. So I'll give you an example here. Ay nangasaypan kita na ay ahamba matamda engineering gi khalak pa sa electronics ta khalak. But I always wanted to do computer science. Aduna ay na Bangalore da engineering college si the first day yo was the director si the changa gahangi. I'm really interested in doing computer science. How can I change? Money and kalagay kay nang tawning do in high. Then whatever I explained to him, and he said, okay, let me look at your performance and we'll think about it in Haraga. So the first and second semester the subject any line that in a money engineering in a third semester karakpakanda magi office to the muchanga gahangi. Matamdu the my office is the praku neba mayams. There were a lot of rich people who were able to donate because there is some quota called management quota where people can donate and you can get into that line of seat. But I am not able to pay that much of money. I don't have money to pay, right? And he knew that. But I don't know, for whatever reason, he gave it to me. He gave the seat for engineering to me and computer science, and that's how I became, right? So the power of asking question. I say electronics, continue to Then there was another case where I was in Bombay, where I did not get the hostel. Queen Sophia College, the lady Meganda hostel se pang hide, yamna ping laki bagi. Aduga, I went and asked the principal, and they didn't allow me to meet the principal. You know, the principal who nabakai say am appointment ka changba dugumba oikiba. Adumagi, you know, my office se office ki mamang sida I said magi keno sina secretary sina I say changhan reba. Ado ay na kidawi. My office ki mamang sida pamagalere. Pame. Ay class lo raga pung baro day chak su sadre I said pame. Adagi pung 4:35 ado manya rama kani kan bada koi college se kha kahang e ni le ra tre adagi principal sina asai dagi no pim sam pame se in my office day di ubajan. The last the principals in Masana Kosale. Then I told my story of how I'm struggling staying outside at the Basna Lapa Kutpa, the Gimanipu, the Gilapani, ACC kind of background higher. And then at that time, Nupiyama Mase Rajasthan Dagi Lakata Mingjanba. She took the decision that Nupiyama Duma late the Labanina Mase my sit for fit or Duka on the period. And these are people whom I don't know at all, right? So always the power of asking, aduna kanoma thingsan gre, kanoma loire, degi adugi deadline doi gre. Yeah, there are times obviously, where you will get no as an answer, right? But that doesn't mean that you have to stop asking. Then what else can I share? So action, nangi pagadaba, larik taugadaba, because that is your main job right now, right? Everybody at any phase of your life, you will have a main job. Nang student already, your main job is studying. And all these other things, what I spoke about, aduna side or ba. They tabak tauragadi nangi main livelihood see. Nangi tabak to the ginina, that is your main thing. So those things you have to excel, right? Then you do the additional things to make you stand out of the ordinary, right? Aduduna, you being you. Aduere, and I would say that again, how do you make yourself how do you make yourself different, right? I would definitely focus on those things. Maybe, for example, ako nangi school, natragana college, any competition, any extracurricular, any volunteering event like Pakanda, I would definitely encourage everybody to participate because that is going to come in, making you different. So those are, the key things which I have used when I was younger, and I'm still using it, and it works. Any specific question you have for me?
Lemba.
Oh.
Hello. Ako'y magazine share to radra.
Okay. So basically just for like I'm just sharing my screen and we'll just go ahead with some research of our magazine. Yeah, Stacy, ano to yung screen ubi ba?
Yes.
So this is our front cover. So if you don't feel good, okay. So
Oh,
this,
no.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, we just put our this one cultural dress and everything here. So this is our third edition. So here it contains about the words from the president, words from the vice president, from editor, and here we have about our conversation that we took from you in email. So here is your details, everything, so that we can share to students and everyone. So we just put it here about all the questions that we asked in the email. And today is the contents in the yao is a citation the magi story information set on science fiction gi member martagi amadi ang atopa happening contents in set on group one collection toraga after ledum the hamagi citation later poetry aduga story Olympics scheme story kaya yare skills ni school kari ni skills soft skills in kay matang da to ni have to matang mo yare helpful all everyone so ako'y hujik le condition sigi ako'y na help you na kay kaya ni do okay boy ga ki matang da dum hape sweat poetry also like the na jo he na pam ni na ko na poetry jam literature poetry so tum jam pam na ko na poetry da na focus adum mapisa sangra ba adu menstruation tang da yaw the basement money ni last year in ako'y hanap pang thoki ba sa competition nga dugi ranker sing ay tare ranker sing dugi mo gi moy da ko na gratis pibo na mo gi rank wise sa ko na kano na last place ta
adudi noi kano top 10 do I am ta pathorke ko sida loi yaurabra na yengase aduga yaw tardi adum present or yes adum khumbiro first rank first akraba Moirang Them Radapria Devi.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Congratulations. Next, second position goes to Baby Rose Lukram. Baby Rose se yaudabra.
ado mute laiba male yaudi yawi mute laiba ma
Oh, Baby Rose. Mathangda Gunita. Third position ta aise Gunita. Catholic School Kanchipur ge.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mathangda Sapam Zidi Singh. Sapam Zidi. Zidi je yaudaba male ko.
oh yaudi next of you
Next, Paulina Kedrimayom, PRM School.
Yes,
Fifth
ma'am.
position. Okay. And next is sixth position goes to Willie Kangembam, TG Higher Secondary School.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, congratulations. Then seventh position goes to Sanathoi Ningthauzam. Sanathoi yaudaba. Sanathoi yaudaba maleko. Then eighth position Erina Ketrimayo, PRM School.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Congratulations, Erina. Then ninth position goes to Daina Ningombam. Daina Ningombam, the president of Bra. Daina se out there. Then 10th position, Lystrom Olivia Devi.
ma'am.
Okay. Moi ahumdi present oidra maleko. 7 present oid.
Okay, so kano to biro ise Monica kano to be hyped ang singi moigi suggestion natraga moigi kaya ni moi the wispy boy na kay information kaya to ni mo.
Yeah, what I want to hear is I want to hear some question. Congratulations to everyone. You know, first of all, you took the action to participate. That's great. And then you are being honored and recognized by Baseline Team, right? As the top 10 participant, I would love to read what you guys have written, all of you have written. So I think instead of me giving some advice, I want to hear some questions. Any questions from anyone?
Any
And put
question
on your
from
video.
Ranker sing ise the kay hanging balay. Amte audrabo. Wai khangabo. Tap yari kay hanging balay ise da.
Yeah. Okay, so if not from the student, yeah, I'm open to taking from any one of you from Baseline Team also. Any question, any specific question? Padre driven, I know that you're talking, but
Okay, say ai gi question ama tang di lai bane do ai gi oina ma dum kano lo sanjarage ma hanjarage duga kano gi se gi hojik live journey sida hadi 2012 tagi hoidana do ai di live journey sida kwai digi oina difficult ai di difficult oi matang ai tare adum finding the voice au kodagi kwai di difficult oi ba the mentally socially yam irritated oi matang adugumadi kamaina face tawi.
yeah, great question. Finding the voice ki oina journey, the challenging, difficult finding the voice is a platform for speaking your truth, right? It can be in the form of interview, it can be in the form of writing. Aduna akoina nangi wakansi hairakpa kanda it may not align with everybody. One time in my early days, ako'y Manipurda yamna conflict matang the student may amna protest kiba lagi adugumba gida aina mapanda dilay raga yamna nungay kida bahay tare ko. And I wrote a poem about it called Students of Manipur. And in a poem, I was intending it for the students. Manipur student, Amaka student, Atay, Mapam Atay, the labor, Anisigi comparative point at Aurakanda. Difficult situation, the labor do put a poem, oiba. But some of the people who are fighting for the cause took it otherwise, and I got a lot of personal attack for that. Aduna the personal attack tawbasi the yamna wahai kiba the yamna personal oiba moina thidat lakanda hairakpa, so that tells me somebody who knows me well, right? Adugumba khara lakiba yawi adagi and then you know koigi keno se koigi platform sidai sidana a lot of people they want to hear from people, right? So they will say that che masu the interview to biro adagi adu to biro in hangapase. See, I am doing Finding the Voice, but I have a small team, and all the people who have come to the show, they are of a different, unique category. Habiti am chamba adagi magi story to share tau bata ego later ba adu mangata lakani ba akoigi platform sida lakpa sida aduga yamna hangi akoina su yamna haizaba khotpa ngamdaba haitare ko aduga hai rakandaga akoigi show sida lakningdaba aduga ataigi haitare akoigi ke haitare lamgi sanna machi sani namalaidai. The grass is always greener in other, in other your neighbor or something to that effect. Aduna akoigi ni da hangurakanda moisna yaraktaba. Aduga mi ataigidana satka next day it's dagi mathangidaga tholakkiba adugumba aina khara dum ngaitaba dum yauki. Ngaitaba means I guess it's the thinking, right? So, but that didn't make me give up what I want to do. So those were some of the challenges. So in any journey you go, you will meet, people who will say no to you, but it is in just believing in yourself and continuing to do action to have that journey. Aduni, finding the voice, the journey, aduga. Right now, a lot of people want to be in our show, and I feel bad that I'm not able to accommodate everyone because of resource and time constraint. Because Finding the Voice is funded, and we work with a small team, and it's very difficult for us to honor everybody's request. So there are people, obviously they may think that, oh, we requested people happy rectreka haradas haurakpasiyawe ado aigi matam aduga aigi resource leijadabagi tawba ngamdabani aduna mayamna warau badu aigi situation se understand tawragadi warau biroyena khalli aina thamjage aduga message tharakpa adagi comment tawrakpada respond tawdabada saubasiyawe ko aduna yeah, but very minor, but it is, I think, some of the very koigi mangangakpa kananomna mangangakpa kanda yamna different perspective ama accept ngamdabase. So that was a challenge. That is also a challenge. That is why I'm very passionate about the High Achiever workshop. If we are able to, it's fine. We don't have to agree 100% on something. Difference of opinion, difference of opinion, right? Like Sonia, what's your favorite food?
Kangsoy.
Sonia, my favorite is kangsoy na kwai dagi how bune hairani ko dagi aina hairani murok metpang sangang badu maroi ge khara thadaradi aduna how hairadi. It is different, but me and Sonia can still talk to each other, right? I'm giving a very simple example, but so when somebody says something and I stand up, I consciously make an effort to stand up for that person. Me mana tabakama tawrakanda tina haibiba because sometimes when people critique you in a bad way, and I know this has happened in the scenario of Manipur. New talent say sapahiba khotba picture aga thina haibadegi tandana tokhiba yauki kaina maina aba sigumba se aina yam ngai jadaba So that is where, my passion comes in empowering everyone that, you don't have to care. Don't give your power away to what people tell you, right? So that is where what I can share with every one of you today, that do not give your power away to what people tell you or speak about you. You know yourself, you know what you want, continue taking action, and that's how you can focus yourself and becoming, and you already know you are a high achiever in yourself. So that is, I think, tying back, Limba, your question to something I can give it, as a last sharing to everyone, that you all are high achiever. Whatever you want to achieve, identify what you want to achieve and take action every day, and celebrate your wins as you're going, right? Small thing, make it a goal. And I'm going to give all of you the journal, and I hope you will write your dreams, your aspiration, track your goals, where you are. Example, right? Like my cycling trip, I have made a goal of 101 points of Manipur, right? It's a small goal, but you have to track it. So when you start doing small things and track it, you can start replicating the same formula in your everyday life and be consistent, right? Somebody may give you comment like, my pronunciation is Iran. Do I care?
No.
No, I don't care, right? Is that comment going to stop me? No. Copyright some author may be very happy, right? So I will get all this mixed response. Do I care? Am I clear about my intent? Yes. Am I having fun doing it? Yes. Right? Aduna nang goal semba kanda, be very clear, be very specific, and celebrate it. Nang nasana mina haibangai danane, nasana nasaki cheerleader oyoba. Natra. So I tawisibu the yabringo, the gipasabra, the tobra. Yeah, that's good when people around you nurtures you, but if there is nobody around you, you should be your own cheerleader, right? So yeah, so I would love for all of you to, to bring out that personality in you. I know you have it. And, ask questions like, I'm asking all of you today, to all the 10 participants. And I did not hear a question. I would have really wanted, at least one of you to ask question, because I was like you when I said, right, in a class 10, I never asked any question. And my journey, right now I'm talking to all of you. I am talking to you because you have heard me speak, right? So you have to expose yourself and practice. And the more you practice, the more confident you will become.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that, because when we start talking about some peoples, then absolutely we start thinking that we have we gain little confidence and get some knowledge from other peoples, and we are socially oriented peoples. So just like that, we started thinking. So I hope we can talk more and more to people. We can ask questions everywhere. And I just want to share this information to the students joining to the topper as well.
Questions for me? I have to go now.
I think we should be good for now. Anyone else?
Ma'am.
Arina, Paulina.
Yeah. Ma'am, maningum the lai pagi picture jam uyebako. Ado pagi portraits kumba ma yek pasa. Asigi matang bakitang haibiram.
Yeah, so can you see the portrait behind me? Mask portrait Amalayisa Ubra. Okay, so her name is Lady Yumi. Mase Akoigi Maryland gi First Lady, Governor Larry Hogan gi wife ne Mase Korea dagi mase oiba. And during akoy si exhibition gine ko ay kilay ahum ladies music ay exhibition na mahandaki weekend lay, so they have been selected to be displayed in that exhibition, and I'm preparing and wrapping it up. Ado sigi portrait si ay na khalli se, when you talk about portrait, I always choose somebody whom I'm inspired, right? Ziki Lady Hogan, Sigi Matakta Lady Sina, Kenone, Haidem Pramodini. How many of you have heard about our founding woman writer, Haidem Pramodini? Anybody heard? Good. At least I see 2, okay, 3, 4 hands. Very good. Haidem Pramodini na, ibese. I am very inspired by her writing. I want to learn more about her writing. Mase magi writings very ngang thukpaki daba, so I like that character, in her writing. So when I paint a portrait, I paint somebody who has inspired me. Ziki Lady Yumi cinema kamina inspired we. Masa South Korea the ko the COVID ki matam sida sida adugi matam the US ki akoy se test get lay hamba gi horo pasida later than I am wagi ba. Aduna magi influence it or the South Korea na 500,000 testing kit haraki ba. So that let me think about diversity unifying humanity, right? So I'm paying my tribute to her. It's a way for me to appreciate and be thankful to what she has done. Aduna, anything, like I said, right? All of you can do anything what you want to. Do you think that I knew that I would become an artist when I was small? I painted a little bit, but I didn't know that I could be an artist. It is only recently that I started painting professionally, and you can do it. So whoever you like, you get inspired, paint. If you want to practice, paint me, and I want to see it. Okay, did it answer your question?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Very good, great question. Yeah, Thohenba ne I don't know why, but I feel like Thohenba wants to ask a question, but is not asking. So I'm going to ask you to ask me that question you wanted to ask.
When many question?
Hello, Thohenba, can you Thohenba second? I'm hanging about hanging the sicarino man hanging say na I am tanning.
Adi memgi life journey hai tare ko. Adi memna adi memgi kaino professional koi bedagi aduna tragana any kaino dagi hai tare. Akoi gi Manipur pona pa Manipur je. Sise adi hujimaki di waina by profession na mara moraga kaino tau de ato adi memna amuk hayeng pona pa Manipur sida amuk adi kaino tau adi haningapagi kaino leibra atu khangjaning lo.
Poknapham Manipur si han bahai se mayam namasi ki se everybody thinks say di mayam na khalle ko Manipur da leira kanda na Manipur hen nung siba oina utle ko. But I want to throw out a different perspective to you. Manipur da leitragasu Manipur am na nung siba Manipur gi damakta thabak tawba yayaba. I ask myself, aina Manipur da leira magadi maybe I don't know if I'll be very passionate about the things about Manipur. I don't know, right? Aduga aina Manipur da leita bagi Manipur mistauba aigi horapam mistauba. That is a passion for me to do, finding the voice, to sit with all of you, to talk to you, and of course, I jahi kutingi halak bagi visit tawbagi di ay lay aduka, but in the near future I don't plan to come and settle down there because right now my livelihood is here. I'm settled here, but I will continue to I will continue to connect and contribute in the small way I'm able to. Aduna.
Yeah, we are.
Thank you, Miss.
We are with you always, and
Yes.
we will be participating with you all the events. If anything is there, or when you're coming to Manipur, just invite to us. We'll come there definitely.
Yes, and aduga yengom mi ma'am na torak pakanda magi akoina Manipur da leirakanda di Manipur gi saireng gumba thi base. It may not be as charming or as oiram da basiya ba kai gino ganang di uraga tum leira banina. Natra. Nang di school da natragana dai gi mayam pulla kanda ta banina do aingonda di amna pangdana thokpa ma oibanina. It's like so precious for me, and that fuels my passion haitare. Aduna aina haibadi si de haibanataba. I just want everybody to have that perception that akoi adum hangak pa yawe aingonda mapanda dum legradoira Manipur la aroitra. And the reason and the intent for asking that question is Manipur da leiragadi Manipur gi seba tawba henba aduga Manipur gi hen anungsi bane na khanbase adu khanbi gano haibani. Yeah. But great question. Yes. Any other question? I know that Radha Priya wanted to ask something. Radha Priya?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a question?
Ma'am, kanom da hangjagene. Ma'am na ko na hawai kaya ni student oring ay matam da ko. Adi sa chatra orak pa matam sida ojaga interact to bagi pot se ma'am se amna dum adi ojaga interact yam to ina dum topirak prana traga hadi khara dum ojada question hangba any kanom hangning matam da ki baga dum phawirak pa natraga dum interact tawraga dum phawirak pra kain tawga.
Aina being the interact over Siam Naki. Could get hangat pasek, I care torakte, Aduga Igi Ozasing Nan Kang Nakangna, Tankat Ridicorigino Haraga, Tankalhan Grakanda Asinan, Dumaina confidence, Hen ba Oikibani, Aduga Yamba Matam the Tankate. Even now, like I'm telling you, Igi officer or anywhere, you will still be fearful of being the first person to answer. Nang na question ama answer to but nang wanda kitang ding ding law ma chombra aduna ne banoina question 100 to chombra.
Yes, ma'am.
Adoi di nang wanda so let me share one trick, right? Noi puna makse sida baseline ge sida yaura ise noi se hena khangna na ba hena chokhat na ba hena knowledge laina ba to pangata na tra. Adoidi anauba thabak ama tawbada anauba nungai ba thabak ama tawba kanda di akoigi keno sikang chongdra namanda, right?
Yes.
Last week I had to give a presentation in my company, like so adugi presentations the BBC, lot of people were speaking and I had to speak only 1 minute. And in that 1 minute, Moisina adugi 1 minute to content kari share to doino kamay na ngang ni hay sayam kup na monitor to weba. Adugi piba do the ay gimihun jongbra ay kibra. Yes. Ay hujuzik so ay hujuk panyam na hanoy rabase mihun jong ganiba. But I'm here to tell you nang na thabak ama to budane mihun jonga dine. Nang se grow to rine na khaloba. That means that's something you want to go, you are aligned to it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have to do it. So I want to challenge all of you that class the question then you know that, oh, I'm on the right path. Let me ask the question. Okay. So I was afraid. I am still afraid, but it is in training your mind. It is in training yourself on how you will put the action to get to where you want to be. Where do you want to be? You all are enrolled here because you want to learn more. You want to be that different person, you know, who has extraordinary personal skills and persona, which will make you different from the rest of the world, right? Okay. All right. Any other question? Olivia?
Ma'am,
Okay.
question
Bebe Rose. Okay.
Ma'am, na sum wangang ba khotpa je ma'am jamna ingna tapna yam kam oy adum yengba da haidi saw da ba adum nungai raga haidi no aga dum yamna pista leiba dum male do ma'am gi ju life da haidi sauning ba dagi problem nungai ta ba stress am lakba matam da kamaina ma'am da haidi face tawge habadu kitang habiram.
Okay, very good question, Bebe Rose. Every individual, every person, tamagin nungai taba, daging na kinuma harappa, adum laiganiko. And it will never go away, but it is on how you deal with it, right? And as you have pointed out, no percent. Actually practice smiling. No, don't know nung senda yang agane nangi face yang zaoba. Atu nangi face yang zabakanda nang nasana nangi face palm right. Dia koi sak pasaba sak tiba mina hai betul nataba. You know, there is that inner glow, inner energy which comes out of yourself. Atu mata mama da I say agi personality development ki agi journey horakpakanda. There was a period where I was very sad and I was not aligned with, you know, with people around me. Aduna aina isagi saksaying zabakanda. I didn't like myself. Isa si amna sounding ba dagi kahaini amna nungai tabami ma oibudo, right? And then I started joining a lot of personality development workshop, learning a lot of new tools, and identifying what do I like, right? It is a journey of finding yourself. Aduna aigi personality development series se aina finding yourself kaweba. Finding yourself high achiever workshop aina. Kay ginoga nang sagi stress labor nungai tabam du tawahai se. Si kay dagila ino. Mapangi mina nangonda kano mahirat pagi natra yama matanda. So the trick is in learning how you find yourself, right? You know yourself and you have that belief in yourself. Aduga nanga chanaba mi gatinaba hypetareko. Nanga chanada mi duga sumtinaraga nangna. Suppose, for example, aigi painting si sidha bami amagi manakta leiragadi aina mina painting ama tawzabada asnang dudi kuthiyam ne yaadre du tawre in hairadi ai bit yaugadra. But I enjoy painting. So what should I do? I should hang around with people who nurtures me. So I have a teacher who helps me. I have an artist group with whom I hang around. And then I do all the things which will be aigi gachana bahaitare chumbra adagi nangna adagi second line haige ko suppose nangna lambi da chat padai analogy ma pi ke ba lambi da chat pakanda hui angau ba mana khonga ka nangon da tanara ka doreba adui di nang hui angau bu du gi mamang da stress nangna hui ne aina mi ni ka hara khana ka draba hui du na chila pa ya adoi di akoi se sing bata bane ba aigi matam se mi amaga yo khanaraga aduda manghan gadra natraga na hui du udana ba ai patharaga adugi mapado natra asongi wal gi maning du dagi chacharaga somda lambi koina chacharaga aigi lambi du dum chachage haibaki sigi techniques ai adum seasonai ba, right? And never give away your power to anyone. You have the power. mi amana nang mi oiraroi adagi whatever, I don't know. Tell me one example of something somebody said to you which was very hurtful. Nang mi oiraroi nang brain do kam yaudabani nang kaino nang sibo khandra, like saying it in a very derogatory nang on the high bibuto nang adubo season